Most parents think their baby is fussy, but sometimes it's not the baby, it's what's touching their skin. I learned this the hard way. When Ethan was a baby, I remember thinking something was wrong with me. He was crying all the time. I was feeding him, changing him, holding him, doing everything I could actually possibly do, but nothing worked. The only time he stopped crying was when I was breastfeeding him. So every time he cried, I thought he must be hungry. I was constantly breastfeeding him. I was exhausted. At night, it was even harder because he was waking up 8 or 9 times in the night and I was barely sleeping. I didn't want to bring him into our bed because I read so much about raising an independent baby. And I thought I was doing the best I could actually possibly do. But he was still unsettled. And I remember that feeling so clearly that maybe I was missing something. Very soon, Ethan developed rashes all over his body. We rushed to the hospital and find out that he's got eczema and really severe skin irritation. Thankfully, nothing was too serious. But it explained everything. The dermatologist suggests that we switch to organic cotton. After using organic cotton and also natural essential oils as a cream, his skin improved within a few weeks. That was when everything started to changing for me too. That was when I started learning about fabrics properly. The difference between the organic cotton and conventional cotton, why a conventional cotton can affect sensitive skin. At the time, no one was really talking about the fabrics. There was not much social media. We were learning everything from the books, magazines, and also Google search. And this is something most parents don't realize. A baby's skin is very different than ours. It's 5 times thinner than ours, more sensitive. So what they wear is not just about comfort. It actually affects how they feel throughout the day. When I started looking deeper into fabrics, I realized something that changed everything for me. Most fabrics go through heavy chemical processing. Even fabrics that feel soft still have residues left in them if they are not properly washed and certified. Suddenly, things started to make sense. If a fabric is slightly rough, not breathable, or holds heat against your baby's skin, your baby feels that. They cannot tell you with the words what they are reacting. They cry, they become unsettled, and they struggle to sleep. Take cotton, for example. Most people assume cotton is always safe, and I was one of those people. But conventional cotton can be treated with pesticides and chemicals. If it has a certification like OEKO-TEX, it's usually fine for babies with normal skin. But for sensitive skin babies, especially those with eczema or reactive skin, it may still not be enough. Then you have organic cotton. This is a much better option because it involves fewer chemicals and tends to be softer and cleaner. For many babies with sensitive skin, organic cotton can already make a big difference. Then there is bamboo, which gives that incredible softness to the fabric. When Ethan was 3 years old, he told me he didn't like his clothes because even organic cotton felt too harsh for him. He wanted something softer. That was when I started researching bamboo and discovered its incredible properties. However, bamboo is not as simple as people think. The process of turning a bamboo tree into fabric involves chemical processing. If that process is not handled properly, it can damage your baby's skin and also harm the environment. That is why it's so important for bamboo fabric products to have OEKO-TEX certification. Once that certification is in place, bamboo becomes one of the best fabrics you can choose for your baby and even for yourself. It's smooth, breathable, incredibly gentle. It doesn't irritate the skin in the same way many other fabrics can. For babies with eczema or sensitivity, it can make a real difference. On the other hand, you have fabrics like polyester. Polyester is full of chemicals. It's not breathable and it traps heat. And it can make babies sweat, and that can lead to rashes and skin irritation. That discomfort builds up, especially during sleep. Your baby gets hot, feels uncomfortable, and then starts crying. Some babies feel this more than others. If your baby has sensitive skin, eczema, or even just seems more unsettled than expected, they may be reacting to things we don't immediately think about. This is why I always say now, your baby is not difficult, just be uncomfortable. Once I understood this, everything changed. Not overnight, but slowly. Started paying more attention to what Ethan was wearing, how the fabric felt, and how he was reacting to it. I could see the difference. This is also one of the reasons Bebekish started, because I didn't want other parents to go through that same confusion, trying everything but missing something so simple and yet so important. Now, whenever I choose anything for babies or for myself, I always check a few things. What's the fabric? Is it certified? Is it breathable? Or is it soft enough for sensitive skin? You do not need to change everything at once. Just start with what touches your baby's skin the most. For example, is their clothing, their sleepwear, and their beddings. Because all babies spend most of their time sleeping. Because when your baby feels comfortable, everything becomes easier. They settle better, they sleep better, and you feel more at ease as a parent, and you enjoy your time with your baby. If your baby has been unsettled and you have tried everything, this might be one of the things worth looking at. Something small, but very important. This is exactly why at Bebekish we focus on certified, soft and breathable fabrics. Because babies feel everything,